Hello, everybody. So, right now I'm not inside my room. I'm actually on my deck, you see. So today we're going to discuss something. Nikola Tesla. One of the greatest of them all, greatest scientists of them all. But it's mostly his code, 369. Let's fucking do it. 369. Now, if you can see on my profile, if you see the thumbnail of this video, the 369 shit and the meditation, yeah, that's no joke. So that's why today I'm gonna connect the 369 with like Buddhism kind of, because they say that 369, if you understand the code, then you hold the universe on your hand. So that's why I will also be discussing some Buddhism as well. So first off, the code 369. Now, if you understand, like, here, let me use a calculator to understand, because it's actually kind of easy to understand, because therefore you hold the universe. You see? First, we start with a 3 plus 6. Now, if I must ask you guys, do you know what 3 plus 6 is? It's 9. See? 3 plus 6. Okay, see if you understand that. It's 369. It's a bit simple, really. So what else? Yeah, and how this understands this shit, because yes, I'm gonna bring up the Rockefellers and shit and stuff, because the Rothschild family, the government itself, they silenced Nikola Tesla. They were the ones who fucking killed him, because without Nikola Tesla, our shit, we have to pay for internet now. See? It's really about technology, really, because you see, in ancient times, there were a possibility of ancient technology. People say they come from aliens or shit, but no. But here's this. Without Nikola Tesla, you've probably seen this thing before, right? With this, something like this, we have to pay for it, you see? If Nikola Tesla won, we wouldn't have to pay for it. We would all been good with it. But because of the government, we have to pay for something like this. Yeah, the porch light and shit. But there is a movie, The Loss of the Sun. Even though I haven't watched yet, but I need to. Of the laws of the sun, instead of the biblical position of Adam and Eve coming from the Garden of Eden, most humans could have come from Atlantis, where technology could have happened, and where ancient civilization happened. That's why half the history is a fucking lie, really. Anyways, let me get my finger out there. See, if you remember my last not live stream, which I need to get the live stream if you guys fucking subscribe for once. My last video when I talked about how schools are lying. It's like this. It's really simple. Because schools do not teach us this shit, because here's the thing though. I'm going to bring up the flat earth theory, because like the land beyond the ice walls and shit. For example, Agartha Hyperior. Because I know this might sound goofy of why I might think, but how Nikola Tesla understand the technology. People think it comes from aliens or shit, UFOs. But no, I don't think it's aliens. I think it's dinosaurs, really. How come is it that we only know humanity's history, but throughout all of it, we know nothing of dinosaurs' history? Because dinosaurs, they've been around before humanity. There's fears that, because who knows? Maybe Adam and Eve did walk with the humans. Not with the humans, the dinosaurs back then, yeah, back in the ancient beginning of time. Now, yeah. And also, here's the thing though. You know how I mentioned this before, like I'm not agreeing with Hitler, but think about why he started World War II. Even though it was all for money from the Ruffs and Childs family, but Hitler did World War II to fucking trying to stop the corrupt government. So that's why people like Nikola Tesla was against the Zionists as well, because one of his quotes were "Never to trust a Jew." You mean a Zionist Jew? But yeah. Anyways. And we're getting close to World War III because how are we getting close? Because first off, people are understanding Hitler, like translating his speeches to English, and Epstein files are coming out. Okay, so that's why I'm here, just trying to live my life in peace. That's why I dropped out. Because I'm getting ready for some Valhalla. Valhalla I am ready for. Alright, so Buddha, I'm going to mention Buddha kind of, but hear me out. Of all of Asian culture, Hinduism, Chinese, Japanese, and even Mongolian, Buddha is present in them all, even though they're supposed to be separate cultures, but still. Because Asia is like one of the most Buddhist places of all. And how Buddhism could be connected to like Gnosticism, for example, because here's something what Buddhists and Gnostics have in common. They both want to leave this world for good. I mentioned the Gnostic, but it's time to hear about the Buddhist, because here's something. You know Buddha was once a human before, Prince Siddhartha. He wanted to leave his world because he saw the suffering, and he wanted help to stop the cycle of birth, death, reincarnation, birth and death, and over again. So that's why Buddha, he seeks enlightenment, because he knows that this is Yaldabaoth's prison, and there's Mora, like the personification of suffering, and stop them from reaching enlightenment. That's why this world's also run by Mora. I guess you can say Mora, whatever you want to call him. Mora, Papias, Hajun. He's the Buddhist Satan, I guess you can say. The Satan of Buddhism. So that's why Buddha stopped against him. Because Buddha knew that in this world, shit would happen like this. Illuminati, Freemasons, and shit. At this point, it's just Highlander. Because, like, how these motherfuckers are living, how they've been present in every war. What if they're immortals? Like gods. I guess you could say vampires. We won't get that specific with the Epstein files. But yeah. If you watch One Piece, they're fucking celestial dragons. Now, how is Buddha? Because Hinduism, because in Hinduism, Buddha is known to be the avatar of Vishnu. And, here's something crazy. You know the Hindu symbol? Hang on. See, guys, for example, sorry, guys. Something like this, for example. You've probably seen this because of what I learned of that symbol could be a 369. Like, what if it's really the number 3 and 6 and 9? It's like that. Now, what else? But yeah, alongside of Norse mythology, I love studying Hinduism. It's kind of way better because I think the Hindu gods would be funny to hang out with. Specifically, Ganesha, Rama, the Hindu monkey king, I think, yeah. But definitely. There's Ka, Parvati, Durga. There's Shiva, Brahma, Shiva, god of destruction, Indra. Definitely. But yeah, Hinduism. Now, of the other cultures, how Chinese, because for example, Chinese mythology. If you probably heard of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, the Chinese Monkey King. He stepped up against the Jade Emperor because, bro, Wukong was pissed off. They used him, so that's why he fucking rebelled against the Jade Emperor. But Buddha is known to like imprison him inside. of the mountain. Yeah. Even though, to be fair, Chinese mythology has their own Buddha. You know the laughing, fat, bald Buddha? The fat Buddha? Yeah, that's known as Buddha. I think that's his name. I don't know. But yeah. And in Japanese mythology, definitely Japanese. Now, since I'm speaking of Japanese, this might sound random what I'm going to say, but if you are weeb, if you people are tired of weebs, like, who are into, like, hentai shit, you can't really blame the guys. You can blame the creators because they're the ones that designed them in the first place. Anyways, enough of that. Okay, in Japanese, oh yeah. The Japanese god of lightning and thunder and storms, Raijin, and his brother, the god of wind, they stepped up against Buddha, but they were defeated by 33 gods. The 7 lucky gods of good fortune, how Baisainden, the female goddess of the lucky gods, she's known to be a Buddhist entity. And the Hota, one of the 7 lucky gods is technically the Chinese Buddha. Hota, I think his name is. With he's a Buddha who's holding the bag and shit, but yeah. Now, as for Mongolian, if you guys are a God of War fan, you guys know that God of War La Fei is coming up. For example, one of the villains is the Mongolian God of War Bexti. How, of course, Bexti was part of Mongolian mythology, but was converted to Buddhism. So yeah. Yeah, Bexti is like the Buddhist Mongolian God of War. You see, yeah, Buddhism is connected to all, like, Asian religions. And, of Gnosticism and Buddhism, that's how Nikola Tesla did this shit. He invented 369. He did his technology stuff to get rid of the evil. Now, when I did this, for my other stream, for my other YouTube channel I used to have, please, if you're a subscriber, please subscribe to this channel because I need to get back to live streaming. Yeah, so for my last live stream, bro, okay, like, my last YouTube channel, when I did the videos about this, someone kept, like, commenting to me, like, hey, listen to me, the Hindu gods are false. Return back to Jesus Christ. Well, first off, Hinduism has been around before Christianity. So, first off, shut the fuck up. And if you don't know, Jesus is actually known to be in Hinduism. He's one of the sages alongside with Buddha, Socrates, and Confucius. And what else? Yeah. But seriously, oh my gosh, dude. Even though I looked over a couple times with that comment's gone. But dude, I just remember, it's funny, like, how he tried to, like, convince me that the Hindu gods are false. Well, first off, if you're that same guy, let me just state by saying this, like, hear me out. In Christianity, there's even proofs of existence of other gods. For example, there's that one verse where God says that I am above all gods, so that's proof of existence of other gods. And Hinduism is so magnificent. Like, for example, hear me out. Just hear me out. If mythology is fake, like, if you're an atheist, just think about it in your deeply mind. Of all the greatest mythologies out there, Abrahamic, Greek, Norse, Hindu, think about it. How did they even know something like that could have existed? Think about how they think that could have happened, because even though it could be similar to other, like, mythologies, wars and stuff, but just hear me out, like, how magnificent it is indeed. Anyways, I guess I'll end it here. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. Let me guys know what you guys think, and let me know what else I missed. And I need to get 50 subscribers so I can go back to live streaming, and hope to see you guys in a couple days.